Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Good evening from Southeast London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG Reppin'. This is another DLG Reppin' daily transfer news involving all things to do with Arsenal Football Club. Boy, have I missed this. I've been waiting for this. So before I get into the ins and out of the speculations involving this football club, all that I want you to do is show me love, joy, and respect by smashing the thumbs up like button for me, yeah? Make sure you do that in abundance. Make sure that you share this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah? Share it all over the globe, yeah? It helps this channel grow. And if you're watching for the first time, yeah, welcome on board. If this is your first ever DLG Reppin'S Daily Transfer News, yeah? I'll say it again, welcome on board. Just share this channel amongst your friends and your family and tell them to share it amongst their friends and family, yeah? It all helps to keep your channel at growth. In the comment section, I'd love to get your views on which Arsenal player you want in your team. Which Arsenal player should leave the club. Give me your reasons. And remember, my comment section is for positive feedback only. So just keep it nice, but keep it respectful. And on top of that, yeah, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Smash the subscribe button, yeah? Let's get to over 1,000 subscribers. And I do apologize for no show, yeah? Lazy as I've been recently, in recent months, and it is completely unacceptable. But hopefully this year, 2024, will roll on the year that I get to achieve over 1,000 subscribers. So let's get going, yeah? So, there's been strong speculation in terms of transfers where Arsenal need to strengthen. Obviously, the attack has 10 goals between them this season, which is so not good enough. That's just completely pathetic. We are chasing a league title for the first time in 20 years, and we can't get the front three to score. Or should I say, Mikel Arteta can't get the front three to score. And speaking of that manager, I really doubt if he is the guy you can give the transfer funds to strengthen the areas where we need to be strengthened. It's not just getting a number one striker. That's the number one priority, getting a top-class striker. The midfield. That midfield needs to be built around Declan Rice. Fact. The defence, we're short for cover. So he's going for two fullbacks. I don't know if we're going to be able to accomplish up to 4 signings in this transfer window. I don't see us getting 4 signings. Let me come out and be real. Why are we going to get 4 signings? How are we going to do it? Because whoever he goes for, the players or the player himself are going to be tied down. The club do not have to let him go. They have the right not to let him go because the club have their commitments, their ambitions. So why on earth will most clubs want to let their best players go at a time where they need that player because they're part of the relegation fight, or they need that player because they're part of an ambitious attempt to get into Europe, fight for the league title? I don't get it. But guys, if you've got an opinion, leave it in the comment section below. But for me, the big one in terms of the ins, let's go for the ins. Ivan Toney. Now, Brentford are asking for 100 million tops. Yeah? Let's say it'll take up to 100 million to get the guy. Now, if Arsenal really wanted the striker, Edu and Josh Kroenke will sit down, work together, and see if they can make it realistically possible, because the player wants to come, but from where I'm sitting, it's not realistic. I feel Dusan Vlahovic could possibly be more realistic. He's valued at 50 million. He hasn't had the best of times with Juventus, and I don't feel Juventus see him as part of their plan. He definitely not their number one striker at the club. Now, if Arsenal are seriously interested in the player, then they should contact his representatives and to see how they can get the player to agree to come Arsenal. Of course, there's personal terms. You got that. You got to think of what what it benefits. What does it mean for for him? Maybe his family. Is it going to benefit him in the long run? It's a tough time. This month is a tough time for buying players. This all should have been sorted out in the summer. We all know that, but the reality is we do need a striker. You got two gunmans without the machine gun. That's no good to us. We're 5 points behind in the league. The last two games we have lost, so confidence is low at the moment. Benjamin White is in the process of signing a new deal. This is the same Benjamin White who looks like he's been playing with an injury. And if to say he is injured, then that's bad management by Mikel Arteta again. And that's poor from the coaching staff. I mean, what is going on? That's the question I ask. What on earth is going on? Why is the medical staff not communicating with Arteta? Why is the medical staff not advising Arteta not to start with Benjamin White at right back? If they know that he's carrying an injury, then they should advise Mikel Arteta not to include him in the squad, not to take him to Holland to play against PSV in the game that was more or less meaningless. This needs to be resolved sooner rather than later before the injury, the suspected injury, gets worsened. Then what? Is he out for the season then? And if that's the case, that's on Mikel Arteta more. That's more on the coaching staff than Mikel Arteta. I'm not saying Arteta gets away with this because he doesn't. He should be able to use his judgment. He sees the guy every day in training. So he should be prepared to use his judgment and manage better. If that makes sense. Right. If we're not going to go for Ivan Toney, the next best thing we can go for, or Vlahovic, is the club are looking at Boniface. Now, this is a guy who plays for Bayer Leverkusen. He's valued at 40 million. 40 million. That's the price tag. Yeah, he's not only valued at 40 million. He's tall, powerful. He comes across as tall and powerful, and he's got 16 Bundesliga goal for the German side, who topped the Bundesliga ahead of Bayern Munich, and he's got 8 assists. Now, I can't say I've seen this guy play. I mean, I could watch YouTube clips, but that doesn't it doesn't exactly fill me with any excitement. That's just YouTube clips to show him his good bits. Not enough for me. I mean, he's early 20s. He's a Nigerian international. Well, for me, this will probably come up again, but not what we're looking for. We're looking for a striker of elite quality. Ivan Toney, that is elite quality. Even to a degree, Dusan Vlahovic, proven elite quality. He hasn't had the opportunity to show that quality for his club Juventus. But are Juventus going to allow him to go? I don't think so. Midfield. Now, it's Nicolas Zubamendi, number 6, defensive midfield player, plays for Real Sociedad, who are currently sitting in sixth position in the league, chasing European football, preferably Champions League. Now, Zubamendi, in their eyes, is seen as part of the plan. And Arsenal have made it clear that they are interested in him, but obviously, I don't know, there seems to be no contact between Arsenal and Real Sociedad. Don't think Arsenal have spoken to his representatives, but what do we know? Behind closed doors, we just don't know what's going on. Don't know how much, we don't know who's calling each other back and forth. But what we do know is he's a player that seems to fit Mikel Arteta's idea of a system. I don't know. But yes, we make no secret about it. We are trying to plan for life without Thomas Partey. And the reality is he is injured to the point where he cannot play or participate in the African Cup of Nations. So a Thomas Partey not playing any football is not good for both Arsenal or Ghana. But what can I say? Aaron Ramsdale, let's go about the outs. The only outs I have in mind is Aaron Ramsdale. Now, he is not Arsenal's number 1 at this precise moment of time. He's been on the bench, and the longer it continues, it would endanger his ambition of playing for England or making the England squad, because he's not had enough game time recently. And that's due to the fact that David Raya has been seen as Mikel Arteta's number 1 goalkeeper. But that being said, David Raya hasn't really covered himself in glory. But neither has Aaron Ramsdale. And you got clubs like Chelsea looking at him. Newcastle need a number 1 goalkeeper, because I don't feel that they would ever take Dubravka seriously as their number 1. And Nick Pope is injured. Will Aaron Ramsdale be making the move to Newcastle? Only time will tell. Another player who has been recently linked with a move back to Italy, Jakub Kuvia. Now, for me, he was bought as a centre-back. He is a centre-back. And him being at left-back and trying to invert like Zinchenko, it didn't work. Tactically, you could see that he was lost. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that type of ability that Zinchenko brings to the team. Now, for me, he has been linked with a move away from the club back to Italy, but that will just leave us more short, and that means that we need to go and get cover ASAP. I mean, do we need to sell him at this present moment of time? Let's keep him until the summer and see how it all pans out there. Well, I've given you the ins and outs, so I'm going to wrap it up here and say what a pleasure it is to produce this content again. I've missed it. Boy, oh boy, have I missed it. So, ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And saving the best to last, I thank you so much for putting up with me, as you do. Do look after your friends. Do look after your families. And make sure you look after yourselves. More peace, more love, more blessings again. And on top of that, yeah, as your host, your guy himself, will be doing this video content hopefully every day until the last day of the transfer window, which is February the 1st, I believe. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, as I've always said. Do all of that for me, yeah? Everything that helps to grow the channel. Just remember, please Always be nice. And I do mean be nice. Cheers.